Hello, my dear Naps. Welcome to installment 3 of the Halloween series for 2020. We will be working with layering of colors, including layering powders, layering cream paints, and layering water-activated paints. It should be a pretty good time today, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. I have a lot of materials today, so as always, start with the primer. I'm going to link all the primers that I use down in the description. I'm starting off with Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer in Matte Matte. Oh, that was a lot. Mistakes. Today's makeup end goal is going to be trying to get a doll look going. We're going to try a full face of makeup for you today. Go ahead and grab your foundation. I'm going to use Tarte Double Duty Face Tape Foundation. I'm putting it on my little palette. I am also going to go and grab a little bit of white cream makeup because I want it to be a little lighter than my skin tone, get that like dull porcelain look. Scrape some of that Ben Nye white out with my little spatula, also sticking it on my little mix-in palette, and then I'm going to give it a good old mix. This is how people who paint mix paint. And then I'm going to go ahead, foundation that face. Now that you have your foundation and your cream paint mix, you're going to go ahead and you're going to powder that. Get some translucent setting powder in there, because otherwise, as you put new stuff on, that stuff underneath is going to start to mix and it's going to start to like mesh together, especially if it's cream and cream paint. So for that, I'm going to use my Ben Nye Neutral Set setting powder and a big fluffy brush. Put it anywhere you put your foundation mixture. Beautiful. Now that you have your barrier between your base and your next level, you can start to think of the finessing details of what you're doing. I'm going to be doing like the ventriloquist doll mouth today, so I am going to go through and do some beauty makeup first, and then I am going to add the ventriloquist doll effect after, because I think it'll be a little easier than trying to do it the other way around. Let's do a light little contour. I'm going to be using the NARS Leguna contour. Let's see, who is this doll? Is she haunted? Is she just like a Toy Story type character wanting to be loved? Who knows? We're doing a heavy jawline because usually the head is separate from the neck with dolls as well, so I'm preemptively thinking about some of those shadow locations. I think the idea is dolls usually have tiny noses, so we're gonna try and make my nose tinier. I'm gonna use some of that white that I had earlier, and I'm gonna go in with a little brush for that white. I'm gonna wind down. Oh, lines are hard. Oh, wait, there we go. Contouring did not work so well, but it's okay. We're gonna throw more stuff on it. Don't forget to powder in between every layer of new stuff that you put on your face so that hopefully it acts as that blocker between elements. So we have some cream stuff on. My contour was a powder base. So next, let's try adding a different cream on top. So, oh wait, no. Backspace. Go ahead and grab a blush brush. I'm gonna dip into the NYX Ultimate Brights palette, and I'm going to go in with this pretty like pinky coral shade up here. Yeah, and I'm gonna give myself some like nice rosy doll cheeks. I'm not gonna carry it too far back today. Go, and always with a rosy nose for some unknown reason. Okay, starting to get a very rosy look. Yeah. Now I'm going to go in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, and part of the illusion that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to make my eyes look bigger down here. I'm actually just going to go where my eye bag ends with it. Embrace it, you know, embrace your faults. The good thing is that powder acts like a nice barrier, so I don't have to worry about my eyes turning less white. Go ahead, I'm gonna clean that area up with a little bit of concealer so the line looks really nice. The concealer I'm using is Boing by Benefit Under Eye Concealer. Now I got a powder, because again, I want to keep that barrier. And as I've talked about before, when you put translucent powder on, sometimes you might be worried that it's dulling the color difference, but when you spray a setting spray over top of it, that color pops back out again. That's where it's gonna get fun. I'm gonna use a NYX Vivid Brights under this white here to kind of make it look like the pink of an eye. And then I'm gonna go in with like a gel eyebrow liner, and I am going to make that bottom line even more pronounced again. And I'm gonna use a small brush for that. For this, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade in Ebony. I'm using a brow liner because it's what I have. I'm also using a brown shade instead of a black shade to make it slightly less harsh. I'll find my other thing then. So I'm drawing my eye lower, and I'm gonna keep my top lid my lid. So I'm going to just white out my bottom eyelashes. If you have a white mascara, that works. If you don't have a white mascara, you can also use like the Jumbo Eye Pencil and kind of coat your lashes with it. I'm gonna go in with that Jumbo Eye Pencil and get my waterline. I'm going to go back in and use the Ultimate Bright palette again from NYX to do that. A dull shade would maybe be this light blue here, this pretty teal. Looks a little strange, I know. It'll get better. Trust the process. I'm gonna take this darker blue shade right here, and I'm gonna go along and kind of, oh no. Well, regrets. We have them. I'm gonna go and darken up that part right there. We want to create dimension. Usually we don't want the really harsh line, but I want it to kind of look like where the eyelids open, as well as having like the ventriloquist mouth. This is probably not the brush for this. You want to work with your eyes relaxed if you have hooded eyes, so that way you know exactly what you're getting out of it. I'm going to use my NYX Glitter Primer, and I'm going to pop it right on that center portion, and I'm going to go all the way up, and I'm going to dip into the NYX Metallic Glitter in Beauty Beam. Super pretty. Be careful not to get my eyelids to stick to the top. Probably going to regret putting it on the same palette as my translucent setting powder. Gets everywhere anyway, it's glitter. Still looks weird. I'm really hoping that this look comes through at some point. And I think I'm going to pop back in with a little bit of that purple shade from the Brights palette, this like cute pastel-y purple, and kind of fade the glitter into the teal, making it a little bit more of like a halo eye. I'm going to take that same brush that I was using earlier with my eyebrow pomade. I'm going to make a line on the top to mirror the top of the eyeball. Circles are hard. It's okay. And I'm gonna try and fade out that inner part, maybe add a little bit of like a dark brown. I'm gonna use this dark purple instead, actually. And this is from not the Brights palette, but the Ultimate Utopia? Yeah. We're making that sunken in look. I'm going around with my concealer again, and I am getting all of the edges because I want it to be a very stark difference. Ooh. And you can already see where there's a little bit of a problem with mixing over here. Okay, and again, we're gonna powder. If you have problems with like the teal coming through or whatever color you're using coming through, you can always apply a powder and then go back in with a setting spray over top of it. Wait until the setting spray dries and then try layering. And that way it makes sure that the powder doesn't move with whatever liquid thing that you are using. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing the entire time with this, is just going, making sure we set it, let it do its thing, and then move on to the next step. So the next step for me is going to be eyeliner. Sorry for the lighting. My light died on me, so I'm letting it charge for a little bit and then we'll pop it back on. I have no idea where all this glare is coming from is the problem. That helped a little bit. Okay. Sorry again for the lighting. Basically, I took my eyeliner pen and I went around the bottom and I went across the top, drew some eyelashes on for my eye. And I also went in a little bit right on the white to make more of like a pupil. so it should be even if I close it that it's there. I'm gonna go back in it, I'm gonna finesse it a little bit more, I'm gonna set it, and then I'm gonna continue on. Okay, let's pop on some eyelashes and get a lip on, and then we'll work on that jawline, yeah? Don't forget your mascara too. Mascara is important. I put it on before the lashes, so that way my lashes last a little longer. But we're looking for crazy dull full lashes today. So I'm gonna be using my Lunar Angels Starlight lashes on top, and I might even go in on the bottom and put some fake lashes in by my drawn in lashes. I meant to block out my brow, but we're already this far in. So I'm gonna just go in with a little brow mascara and touch it up. The brow mascara I'll be using is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Mascara in Ebony. Oh, by the way, I used the Patrick Star eyeliner for these bad boys, and it works pretty well. Ardell 106 getting ready to go on my lower lash line. And if you're new here and you don't know how I feel about pink lipstick, I'm sorry, you have to find out this way. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm going to use it today because I feel like it fits the theme. See, gosh darn it, why is everything so shiny? NYX Liquid Suede in Lifesa Beach for my lips. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a setting spray over top of all this translucent powder, over top of all this other color, before I break into some water-activated paints. Typically, water-activated paints will bead up on things that are oil-based. So that's why you need to do the setting powder, and that's why you need to do the spray in between. So let's get spraying. And today I'm using Ben Nye Final Seal. So next, let's get a nice brush out. I'm going to use this one. I can get a fairly decent line with it, yeah. And I'm gonna get a little bit of water. Oh God, so bright. Dip it in my water, and then I'm gonna go for a nice dark brown color. The water activated paint that I'm using today is by Mehron. I don't know if you could see before, I also added a little line down here. You can use eyeliners too, but this is just a way to show you all the different things that you can do with different types of paints. I'm gonna use a little bit of black and just strengthen up. I'm gonna go all the way back to the ear. That's gonna be a pain to get off later. Oh, we're gonna pretend that looks better. Careful with how much water you use too. It will make it less opaque the more water you use. Oh, this is looking pretty good now. Okay, and I'm gonna... The hardest thing is getting these lines fairly straight, and I'm going to black up a little bit more so it looks like my mouth is open. It's kind of a cheat. Alright, here we go. Here is our final product. Whether it's closed eyes, open eyes, you can be the life of the party as an undead doll. Happy Halloween, Naps! Don't forget to go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. Ding the notification bells to be reminded when I post on Thursdays. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this. I've been enjoying these Halloween series a lot, and I hope that you have as well. I hope you have a great day, Naps. All right, bye.